All right, welcome everyone. Let me know if you can or cannot hear me. The game will be starting in 35 seconds. Excellent, we just got our rosters in from both teams, so we'll try to announce those in a bit. Beautiful weather today, lovely, lovely, 20-something, 25, we're in the 20s. What a lovely day to have a tournament. All right, we're pretty new to testing out this live stream, so feel free to mention in the comments. Crowd is so busy behind me. It will be a loud day. It will be a rowdy day. That's okay. We are at Burnaby Mountain Secondary School. Open Women's BC versus Alberta. Umpires we have at the tournament this weekend are Nathan and Justin from Australia, Michelle from Barbados, Coswell from the UK, Chris Campbell from Jamaica, Kesha Wilson from Quebec, and of course, Dave, who's holding the ball right now, getting ready for the center pass. I'll go over the rules of netball soon. But for now, if you don't know, it's a 7-on-7 game. Each player has a unique position shown by the two-letter bib worn on the front and back of their dresses. The court is divided into 3 thirds with 2 shooting semicircles on either side. In order to score a point, you must send the ball through the hoop, and that will give you 1 point. Once a point is awarded, the ball comes back to the middle for a center pass, similar to soccer. And of course, if you have any questions throughout the game, what's going on? Why was that play called? What are the players' names? Throw it in the chat. I'd be happy to let you know. So at the tournament this weekend, we have the Open Division and we have the Under-23 Division. Again, this is the Open Division Women's playing against BC against Alberta. And there's also a Men's Open Division where we have the British Columbia team and the Ontario teams going for a tri-series. Alberta with the first center pass. Let's see if they can make the most of it. Quickly stolen by the BC team. Starting off with a really fast pace. Little fumble on BC's side. Not to worry, they maintain possession. A missed shot by BC, but they managed to get the rebound and a penalty. And they turned that into a 1-point advantage with BC at the second center pass. If you notice, the players, when they have the ball, defense must be 3 feet away. You're not allowed to slap the ball out of the hands, nor grab it. BC has the advantage again on another penalty. Again, too close to the ball. That gives BC another penalty. It's always a hard game, knowing how much each umpire thinks is 3 feet. One umpire's 3 feet could be different from another's.
Big bird, sir!
But the importance as a player is to adapt. Adapt to the umpire and be consistent. Fumble by BC, grabbed by Alberta. Alberta with excellent communication all the way down court.
Nice shallow.
Attempted steal, but that was a contact call on BC. Again, too close by BC. Now both of the defensive players are out of play. But BC manages to get the rebound and a penalty. Game starting with such high intensity. These are the games I love to watch.
Nice
A
shot.
missed shot by BC. Alberta with the rebound. Opening up the space a little bit here. Trying to reset. A little bit of a zone played there by BC with the defense. Defending more of an area than a person at the time. Beautiful give and go by Alberta. And they have a penalty at the edge of the circle. Can they make the most of it? No! Off the tip of the fingers, that's a BC throw-in. Long ball by BC. Good effort by BC. Just a little bit of miscommunication. Now, I'm not sure if you've noticed yet, but the ball must be caught in each third of the court. Caught or touched in each third of the court. If not, that is called an over a third infringement, and the other team gets a free pass.
Michelle.
So we can't just whip the ball from one end of the goalpost to the other.
Yeah, she wants to do it.
There we go. Alberta turning over that throw-on into a point. 3 points for BC, 1 for Alberta. Alberta has the center pass. Can they get another? Quick work of the circle passing by Alberta. They get a penalty. Beautiful hold by the goal attack. An off-balance shot, and it makes it. Well done on the goal attack for Alberta. BC center pass looking for the defense for help on that pass. Excellently executed. Front cut by the goal shooter. That's a far shot, and it goes in.
That's my girl right there. This is something I need to know.
All right, Alberta with the possession.
Come here and
Obstruction call for BC. That means they are too close. They have to be 3 feet away from the person with the ball.
It's their game.
Rebound by BC. Good effort by the Alberta center. And it goes out of court. Alberta get the turnover. For those of you joining us, this is the Open Women's BC versus Alberta. The score is 4 for BC, 2 for Alberta. BC just get the rebound. A close call for BC there. Managed to keep the ball in possession. And an obstruction call, but the goal goes through. Extending the lead by another point. That's 5 for BC, 2 for Alberta. Umpire bringing the ball back, making sure the calls are listened, and then here's a beautiful back roll by goal attack on BC.
Gotta watch it burn,
BC's looking into the circle for the open player, but a contact call is made, so the ball is brought into the circle. So that's an off-ball contact, which brought the ball into the circle for a penalty shot. Alberta's doing a great job staying tight on defense, forcing BC to make different moves, faster moves. The score is 8 for BC, 2 for Alberta. Alberta trying to make a comeback here. Excellent drives. using those players at the edge of the circle, always looking into the circle for those quick short passes just like that. Far shot from Alberta. Just misses the hoop, hits the rim. BC gets a contact. Penalty shot. Nice and easy point. 9 for BC, 2 for Alberta. BC making the most of that center pass. Quick work by BC, extending their lead by 8 points in total now. Alberta with the center pass.
Good job.
Quick fumble out of their hands. BC manages to snag that in.
Yeah, I know, right? Nice.
Long ball to the edge of the circle. Into the shooters.
Unlucky, sir.
Just goes in and bounces out from the rim. Alberta get the throw on. Alberta with a penalty in their defensive third. BC looking for the long ball, trying to snatch it. Alberta keeping it short, playing it smart, breaking that zone defense over there. Yeah, Alberta keeping it nice and short there, and it's working. It's working beautifully. But snagged by the defense by BC, who moved the ball quickly down the court. And go for a mid-range shot, and it makes it through by the goal attack on BC. BC can follow it with a center pass advantage. Unfortunately, that was a footwork call, so Alberta get a free pass, not a penalty pass. So there are 2 types of infringements in netball. One which results in a penalty, and those are contact calls, obstruction calls when you're too close. And so Alberta has to play with, or the other team has to play with the player off to the side until the ball is released. In this case, it was Alberta. And it just goes out of court, just out of reach of the Alberta goal attack. BC get another chance to send the ball through the hoop. Great defense by Alberta there. Solid, solid effort. Way to go for it with 2 hands. Excellent defense by Alberta. And again, the other type of infringement results in a free pass. That would be your calls like footwork, where you take too many steps. In netball, you can only take 1.5. It can also be if you're offside, if you throw the ball over a third, if you get the ball out of court. Those result in a free pass. So the opposing team don't need a player standing out of the way. I see someone in the group chats waiting for Ontario to play. That's excellent, Ontario. The men will be playing at 10:30, and the Open women's team will be playing at 12. So I look forward to that game as well. Thanks to everyone showing up on the live stream. Excellent turnout, both on the live stream and behind me on the bench, so you can hear them getting really rowdy. Unfortunately, I was placed on the viewing bench with everyone cheering. All right, an update on the score. 12 for BC, 2 for Alberta. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first quarter. Big reach by the goalkeeper. Able to throw the shooter off and get the possession. All right, BC, just a miscommunication there. Alberta taking advantage of it with a beautiful save right as it was about to go off the sidelines. Excellent hustle from Alberta there. I wish we had replays here. Stolen by BC. Taking advantage of that lob pass. It was just a little bit off. Sometimes that's just how it goes in the first quarter of a game. posts being readjusted. Canada hasn't had a nationals tournament since before COVID. So it's lovely to see all the teams turning out, to see the umpires come from all these different countries, the United Kingdom, Australia, Barbados, Jamaica, Quebec. Thank you to all the umpires. And thank you to all the players for trying out and coming back to the nationals that we've all been missing so much. All right, we got some people cheering for Quebec on the live stream. I'm also looking forward to seeing Ontario, Quebec, Alberta, BC play. It's just been so long. An advantage for BC, that's a free pass. And within 2-3 passes, they get it into the circle. Quick pass to the other shooter. And that's a nothing but net shot. Update on the score, we have 15-2 for BC. Just over 2 minutes left in the first quarter of the game. Don't worry, we have more than 3 quarters left. Alberta doing a great job taking advantage of that short pass. And they get the free pass. Excellent hands from the shooter. I love it when I get to see shooting or more offensive players play excellent defense. It's always fun. BC now playing the short game, getting in front of their checks. Works really well. Nice bounce pass. Bit of a basketball move there, I see. BC goal shooter was a former basketball player. So it's fun to see different skills from different sports come into play. And of course, every province has a different style too. I'm sure you'll notice when you watch the different provinces play. Very different styles. Excellent balance from the BC team, but they don't manage to keep possession. Alberta gets the steal, gets the penalty with only one defense in the circle. So that's a 2-on-1. And Alberta takes advantage of that. Can they get it in the hoop? Unfortunately not. BC with the rebound. I love the comment in the chat. Yes, I look forward to seeing Ontario. What will happen? How will the turnout be? We are just at the beginning of the tournament. So much game left to go. Even in this first game, 3 quarters left. Anything can happen. I know it's 18-2 for BC, but 5 seconds left in the first quarter. So much is still about to happen, and we don't know the outcome. Yeah, cheering for Jamaica. I know we have lots of players from Jamaica, and we even have Chris Campbell, the umpire, who comes every time, anytime we ask him. Chris Campbell comes in. A buzzer shot from BC, but the goal does not count. I know in basketball, if you release the ball before the buzzer, it counts. But in netball, the ball must go through the hoop before the buzzer is sounded. And so that the point does not count. But BC still has an excellent lead by 17 points. That's 19-2 for BC against Alberta. Again, this is the Open Women's. Just finished the first quarter. Second quarter to come. All right, everyone, 89 people on the live stream. I think that's one of our highest numbers yet. Thank you for coming out. It's going to be an excellent tournament. I am looking forward to it so much, and I love seeing all the cheering in the group chat. I always say group chat, it's just a chat. All right, second quarter, BC with the center pass. They are leading 19-2. And if you have any questions, feel free to throw it in the group chat. What call was that made? What are the rules? I'd be happy to comment. BC with the point. And if you didn't know, in netball, we switch the sides we play on at every quarter. Most sports switch at halftime, like basketball, but in netball, every quarter we switch the direction the teams are shooting. Especially fair for outdoor netball games if you play in the warmer countries, because I'm sure many of you know from experience, you get the sun in your eyes if you're shooting on one side, and that would not be fair if we didn't switch sides every quarter. So I think for good reason, shooter came out wide open, not seen by BC, but they managed to keep possession. And just a bit too far of a pass. So Alberta get the throw in. Alberta make quick work bringing the ball down court. Strong passes. Stolen by BC in the middle, just picked off by their goal attack. BC trying to slow the game down, gain some composure. It's always exciting when you get a turnover. BC makes a point out of that. 22-2 for BC. Alberta center pass. But when you get a steal, it's important to stay calm so that we don't lose the ball again. Alberta with an excellent pace. BC doing their best to keep up on defense. Woo! Alberta asking for the ball in the circle, goes to the other player, almost lose possession, but the defense managed to keep it in. Using that circle edge by Alberta. A little bit of contact going on in the circle. I know netball's a non-contact sport, but I know if anyone's ever played netball, there's been some off-ball contact. And it doesn't always get seen by the umpire. And that's okay. The important thing is we're having fun. We have composure. We have compassion. We play with sports personship. Long shot by BC. Not an issue at all. Alberta struggling a little bit with their shooting. But there's a lot of time left in the game. I've seen both teams play before. They are both very strong. I know we haven't played since before COVID. Over 4 years since the last Nationals, so a big change in rosters on both sides, I'm sure. It's nice to see the young players develop and make it out. Midway shot by BC. Again, not an issue despite the defense on them. BC with the center. The score is 24-3 for BC. 11 and a half minutes left in the game. I'll do my best to give periodic updates on the score because I know you can't see the scoreboard. And there's just two of us here doing the commentating and the other one panning the camera. And I'm sorry the sunlight coming through the doors isn't impacting the quality, but we have no air conditioning here. It is hot today, and these players need some airflow. So if they need it, we will give it to them. Nice save by the BC. Coming for the short pass, another score by BC. All right, just a quick shout out to the Alberta players who played last quarter. In case we have any family members here watching today, I want you to be proud of your family members that are playing today on court. So last quarter, in the first one, Alberta trying to get the rebound there. BC tip it out of court, so. Oh, no, BC tip it out of court. So we have, My apologies, playing for this quarter on Alberta's team. And unfortunately, I have the last names only. I'll do my best not to butcher it. Goal shooter we had Rocha. Goal attack, Orridge. Wing attack, Luns. Center, Jang Van Ronburn. Wing defense, Whittington. Goal defense, Sheet. And goalkeeper, Tate. Again, my apologies for only having the last names. I hope all the family members know who I'm talking about. Alberta, get that shot, that long shot, and extend their tally by 1 point. Still 26-4 for BC, but Alberta can ride this wave, take advantage of it. The shooter again coming out for the pass, missed, but the other shooter was open, thankfully. Just a missed shot, long ball by the goalkeeper on BC, who gets the rebound. Footwork call by BC. That's a free pass for Alberta. Excellent, Alberta passing beautifully to the open player. Shooter came out to help, using the edge straight into the shooter, just hips off their fingers. And a contact call was made where it got tipped off. Defense by the BC goalkeeper. Francis, that is. Good defense by Alberta. BC snatch it in again. BC is just so ball hungry today. So many tips, so many steals. Alberta has excellent hustle on possession, but BC managed to pick off those, find those moments and pick the steal. All right, we see some family members in the chat cheering for Kim. Go Kim! I love to see it. I love to see it. Off-ball contact by the Alberta center, pushing the BC center into the circle, and so they get the penalty pass. And the Alberta center did not stand out of play correctly, so the umpire brought the ball back to take it again. Undefended mid-range shot by the goal shooter. Again, not a problem for BC. Alberta looking frantically for the open player. There we go, nice and open. Looks like they've reset a bit, but BC again with the pick. The score right now is 28-4 for BC. 7.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Excellent hustle by BC to not lose possession there. Even with the little fumbles, they work hard to not lose it. Long shot by the goal attack by BC. Both shooters on the BC side just taking those long-range shots. No hesitation. Just amazing to see. Amazing. I'm not a shooter. I'm not even 5'4" tall. But it's just so amazing to see these long-range shots. If I were put in this shooting circle, I'd have their elbows reach over my face, so that would not make any sense at all. And that's what I love about the strategy of netball. We have different size players, different abilities, who have different strengths and different skills on the court, but we can take advantage of all of it. A lot of strategy from the coach as well to make these decisions. Alberta with the penalty. All right, we got some Alberta fans watching from Australia. What time is it in Australia? I can't believe we have someone watching from such a different time zone. I hope it's not sometime in the AM. Hope it's not your bedtime. At least it's the weekend, right? And in Canada, we have the May long weekend, so we get that extra Monday off. Good for the players who work or have school to recover. BC, beautiful passing, use of those circle players. A quick lob pass. Alberta tried to get it, couldn't, got a contact call, and BC turned that penalty into a point. 31 for BC, 5 for Alberta. Center pass tipped by BC. Alberta get a second shot at this. Alberta making use of those horizontal passes before sending it down court. Really good idea when the defense is tight like that from BC, just to open up the players a bit, open up the court.
That's a shot you want them to take, yeah.
Good effort by Alberta from the long range. BC get the turnover. And the center was wide open. That was a difficult pass to the shooter there that the Alberta defense was really tight on. And they just happened to step out of court while they had the ball, and so Alberta get the throw in. Good pass from the defense. Way to look at the players there who are cutting down court. And I don't know if you can hear it, but lots of communication happening on court. 12:30 a.m. Oh my goodness. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for cheering for your friends, for your family, for your team.
So they stack.
I know the players appreciate the support so much. And again, if anyone has any questions, don't know the rules of netball, feel free to throw it in the chat. I'd be happy to explain any calls that are happening, any rules that don't make sense. Again, beautiful long shot by BC. They up their lead to 32 points, with Alberta still at 5, 3.5 minutes left in the second quarter of the game. BC with a missed shot. Can Alberta take advantage of this opportunity? Great offensive defense by Alberta. Again, BC has great defense all the way down court. Their shooters are playing good defense. Their defense is playing good defense. And I think that's what's really giving them this lead, this advantage. A long throw by Alberta, but they maintain possession because the BC center or wing attack went offside. So only the shooters and the shooters' defense are allowed inside that shooting circle. It's yellow, might be difficult to see on the live stream. Yellow painted lines. But because they went offside, Alberta got a free pass. Netball's a fast-paced game, lots and lots of running. Because when you have the ball, you can't run. But that means everyone else who doesn't have the ball has to run. So it can be very, very tiring, especially if you play a position where you have to be in so many thirds at once. So it's nice when those calls are made. They get a 2 or 3 second break maybe. But if a team really wants to take advantage of those calls, they don't get a break even in those calls. They are using that time to set up the defense, set up the offense, so that they can get that ball down into the hoop. Let me know if we have any former or current netball players in the chat. I'd love to see who doesn't play netball, who does play netball. And I can adjust my commentary in that manner. BC looking way down court for the passes, but keeping it short when they have to. And there's that long pass to the shooter. Loving the turnout. Huge turnout behind me on the bench. You'll hear them get rowdy. And an even bigger turnout on YouTube right now. Thank you for coming out once again. Let's cheer our teams on. BC with another one. 33-5. Only 1 minute left in the second quarter. BC defense really closing in on the Alberta player with the ball. Penalty for Alberta. Can they do it? Yes, they can. One more point for Alberta. Well done. BC with the center pass. Just a short shot by BC. Alberta get the rebound, but just misses the goalkeeper's hands, and BC get the turnover. They get the throw in. So using the wings, using the center to move the ball, wait for the shooter to get open. Another short shot by British Columbia. Alberta get the rebound again, and again it goes too far for the goalkeeper. And that is the end of the second quarter. He scores 33-6 for BC. We have another 2 quarters to go. That's another 30 minutes of gameplay. Stick around. It's going to come back in around 8 minutes. We'll be back for the third quarter. Thanks for showing up. All right, folks, we are back. Third quarter of the game, Open BC versus Open Alberta teams, the women's teams. And thank you for putting it in the chat. I love the cheering. We got some Jamaican players who play in the men's league for both USA and Jamaica. Wow, amazing, Kevin. And Jace, don't know anything, but I just love to watch it. That's awesome. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for cheering, and thank you for listening. Oh, BC trying to pick off that pass from Alberta. Big lob. A switch up in the roster. Footwork call on Alberta. Just unlucky. BC get possession. Oh yeah, big switch up on the rosters on both sides. First two quarters were a bit more similar, but this time we have a bigger switch up. BC with a new goal shooter and a new wing attack. Alberta also has a new goal shooter. Perhaps some other players as well. I'm waiting for the rosters to come in from the scoring bench. And BC added one more point to the tally. That is 35 points for BC, 6 for Alberta. And BC get an offside advantage, taking advantage of Alberta's offside. And you may have noticed that after every point, we're coming back to the center pass. But the center pass is always alternating teams. It doesn't matter which team scored. If BC scored 10 times, we still alternate the center pass after each point. And I know it's a bit different from other sports, but I guess that's how James Naismith created the sport. Leon commenting in the chat. Their mom is the Alberta center player who tore their ACL 2 years ago. And she's back at it. That is amazing to see. I love to see the determination. Let's go, Alberta. Let's go, Mom. Thank you for coming to cheer for your mom. I'm sure they are happy to hear it. Happy to know you're here cheering for them. That's just phenomenal to see. And if you didn't know, netball is the sport with the most ACL tears in the world, more than soccer, more than basketball. Because you can't run with the ball. You catch the ball, you have to stop in 1.5 steps. Lots of changes in direction. Alberta upping the intensity. Unfortunately, a no look passed into the BC's hands. BC with the front cut. Mid-range shot. Not an issue again for the BC goal attack. BC with the center pass. Wing attack wide open. That's it, using the defense. Good effort from Alberta center. But that was a contact call, so BC get possession again with the penalty and get another point out of it. All right, Alberta with the center pass. Hard drive from the wing attack. Wing attack is Leon's. BC with the throw on. All right, goal shooter, we have Monaghan. I believe that is Charlotte Monaghan. I used to play with Charlotte. Those were great times. Goal attack, Orange. Wing attack, Leon's. Center, Jang Van Ron Byrne, who is back after tearing her ACL 2 years ago. Wing defense, Whittington. Goal defense, Sheet. Goalkeeper, Tate. So, defensive end of Alberta, relatively unchanged. A little bit of a laugh there going on court. BC's center was jumping in the air while going into the center, and the umpire called it, but they weren't even in the circle, so they took a reset for that. But Alberta get the possession. They had a steal in the defensive third. Excellent, beautiful look for their goal shooter, just popping out of the baseline there. They get a penalty shot. Nothing but net for Monaghan. And that's a good way to start this third quarter for Alberta. Taking advantage of the new goal shooter in the circle. And a good footwork call from the umpire there. Tried to get their feet before they caught the ball, but unfortunately the ball was in their hand. Took one too many steps. So BC get a free pass. Beautiful lob into the circle. Goal shooter BC Kerbrat gets a point out of that. So both ends have a new goal shooter. All right, we have Tanya's mom here in the chat from South Africa. Thank you for cheering all the way from South Africa. It must be a much different time than it is here. Right now we're 10 a.m. here, so thank you for showing up, whether it's the evening, the early morning for you. Cheering on Tanya. And thank you for the shout out to Kim and Rachel. They are so lucky to have your support. Yes, go teams, go. Penalty for BC. Goal attack decides to take it. Up and in, no issues for goal attack.
Good going, Sarah.
Fun fact, both of the players on BC in the shooting circle are both named Sarah. And both of them are Sarah with an H at the end of their name. I only say that because as a player, you know it can get confusing when you use names. So which Sarah are you calling for? Maybe it's better to use last names in this case. Goal attack with an infringement. That is a penalty for Alberta. They are taking advantage of it, looking down court to the open player. Quick work with passing down the court. Monaghan with a great drive out in front. Long shot by Monaghan, just misses it. Not there for the rebound, so BC get possession. Long ball into the circle. Kerbrat with the shot. No issue when you're right under the hoop. The score is 45-8 for BC. 7 minutes, 50 seconds left in the third quarter. Open pass. BC try to steal it, almost goes out of court. And Alberta get the throw in. Beautiful steal by the goal defense. Alyssa Binns, that is. Beautiful hold by the shooter. Do they see the player? They do. A nice close shot for the shooter. They don't need that penalty shot. They get it in on the first try. Good reach by Alberta. And it's just enough to throw the shooter off and give Alberta that throw on. Good look to the open player. Struggling a bit to find the open player there, but the wing attack obstructed. They were too close. You have to be 3 feet away from the player with the ball. Alberta manages to throw the ball away. Unfortunately, just a little bit too high of a pass. So BC get the ball once again, looking straight into the circle for the shooter, who was holding and waiting for her. Way to go, BC, on that play. It only took 2 passes to get it from the throw-on into the hoop, and that's the goal. Get the ball into the hoop in as few passes as possible. If you can. If not, defense is doing an excellent job. Daniel and family cheering from Edmonton. Another shout out to Kim and Rachel. Sounds like they have an excellent support team going on, and I love to see it. BC going wide, resetting that pass. Oh, give and go into the circle. Alberta almost gets it. But the pass was just too quick. Lots of contact happening here. This is off-ball contact. It's It's a hard job for the umpires to see it, but that means you know they're doing a good job if they catch that off-ball contact. All right, Charlotte's family cheering on the Alberta team. Smoky Calgary, I'm sorry to hear it. Been seeing it all over the news. Lots and lots of smoke, even out here in Vancouver. We are having smoky days. I get back to my motorcycle after work, parked outside, and it's covered in ashes. So I can't imagine what it's like out over there. Thank you for staying strong, and thank you for supporting your family out in Alberta. BC with another obstruction, but Alberta get their pass tipped off by BC, so they maintain possession. Good effort by Alberta goalkeeper. I like to see it. Goalkeepers becoming more and more active and closer to picking off those steals in the circle. And like I said before, sometimes it just takes some time to adapt to the other team, figure out what their go-to plays are, and then get the steal. And just like that, Alberta does it again. That was a solid effort by Alberta. But they get a contact. An offside. Lots of cheering behind me. And I'm sure if I could hear everyone on the live stream, it would be much louder. Alberta patient with those fake passes. I love it. Players out in front, but the center court, Tanya, looks for Charlotte out deep. And it worked, but the shot was just a little short. Little fumble by BC, but they managed to keep possession with the throw-in. You can feel the players getting a little more frantic on court. They just need a few seconds to reset, calm down, gain composure. The score is 52 for BC, 8 to Alberta. 3 minutes left in the third quarter. And we got some more fans coming on, joining the live stream. Thank you, Kevin. Looking for the men's match. Yes, men's match is coming up next, I believe. We have the BC men's playing against Ontario men. And we haven't had a men's league in many, many, many years. And as you know, if you don't, the men play netball. It's just a different game to watch, and so it's really fun. If you haven't seen it, stick around to watch the men play. If you can't make the one coming up next, there will be more opportunities. Check out the website for the game schedule. BC get a throw on. And they're just looking to extend their lead here. Making sure to take care of the ball. There's no need to rush right now with such a lead. So BC men are playing next against Ontario. Ontario afterwards at 12 p.m. will be playing women's Ontario against BC under 23 team. And then at 1:30 we have Quebec Open against Alberta women's. And then in the second gym, unfortunately, this will not be live streamed, BC Open women's against BC under 23. At 3:15 we have the BC men versus Ontario men again. So if you can't make the next one, come to 3:15 to watch the men. Woo! And then the last game of the day, 4:45 p.m. Women's Open, Ontario versus BC in Gym 1. Gym 2, we have Quebec versus BC under 23. And then we're back again on Sunday at 8:30 a.m. Yes, Kevin, big cheer. Thank you to the three umpires. We have a lot of umpires out again. I will say their names again. We have Nathan and Justin from Australia, Michelle from Barbados, Coswell from the UK, Chris Campbell from Jamaica, Keisha Wilson from Quebec, and of course we have Dave, who is umpiring this game as well. So big shout out to all the umpires who can make it. Thank you for the reminder, Kevin. BC with a beautiful look into the circle. The two hands from both Alberta defense just wasn't enough for that lob. I would say that is great timing on the pass there. Lots of Alberta supporters on the live stream. Love to see it. Long shot from Monaghan. Not a problem. Alberta scoring a lot of points this quarter compared to the other one, so it looks like they're starting to figure it out. Kim is the goalkeeper. All right, awesome. Yeah, Kim's getting lots of shout-outs today. Watching from Edmonton. Awesome, love it. That's it, Alberta's making use of these open players, keeping it short. And just like that, we're at the end of the third quarter. 56 points for BC, 10 for Alberta. We have one more quarter to go. Please stick around, and we have many, many more games to come. All right, last quarter of the game. 15 minutes is on the clock. Alberta with the center pass. And an unlucky footwork there. So BC get possession. BC doing a great job taking advantage of these turnovers, but the play was going a bit too fast there, and BC lost possession. Sometimes a little fake pass helps get that defense out of the way, and you get an open shooter. So let's see if they can figure it out. Alberta with good intensity again. Great communication by Alberta. And a nice close pass to the shooter there. Goal attack with a shot. Beautiful shot by Alberta. That is awesome to see. I love it. BC with a center pass, looking for the shooter. Shooter comes out of the circle. The other half of the court is wide open, but BC doesn't seem to need it. And they get a penalty inside the circle. She's gonna shoot it, she's gonna pass it. Looks like a shot. Oh, goes all the way around the rim and falls off Alberta with an excellent rebound. And Alberta looking to turn this into a point. They are hungry for a point. They are hustling. Monaghan trying to pass the ball, get in the circle. Goal attack with another shot. That's 2 in a row for Alberta goal attack. They're making a comeback. Good effort by BC goal defense. But Alberta's passing is on fire right now. Truly on fire. Kevin's also an umpire. Thanks for coming onto the live stream, cheering on your umpires. Chris is your mentor. Yes, Chris is an excellent, excellent umpire and an excellent mentor as well. If you ever get the chance to learn from Chris, we know that you never say no to that. You just can't. Excellent defense in the circle again by Alberta. Like I said before, the goalkeeper's figuring it out and picking off those lobs, those short passes. Whatever tactic BC has been taking advantage of. Nicola cheering Lauren from Alberta. Or cheering on Alberta. Not sure where you're cheering from. Nice long range shot by BC. Goal attack, Sarah Binns. We have 2 Binns players on the BC Open team. 1 playing goal attack and 1 playing goal defense. And that's another point for BC. Scores 58 for BC, 12 for Alberta. 11 and a half minutes left. Alberta keeping possession there, but a quick work by BC center tips it out of court. Alberta with the possession. Quick give and go with the circle players. Long shot by Monaghan. Hits the rim. And a long ball into Alberta hands. Just fumbles out of the wing defense's hands, unfortunately. Beautiful shot by Kerbrad in the circle. BC with the center pass. Alberta with the penalty pass in the center third. And in the last quarter, we have the last names for the Alberta players. Goal shooter Monaghan, goal attack Orange, wing attack Leons, center Jang Van Bronburn, and wing defense Gilchrist. And I believe that is our new player from Alberta this quarter. Goal defense, sweet goalkeeper Tate. On the BC team, we have Carmen. I don't know Carmen's last name in goalkeeper. Alyssa Binns is goal defense. Danette Mui is wing defense. Leanna Wong is center. Wing attack is Holly Butterworth. Goal attack Sarah Binns. Goal shooter Sarah Kerbrat. And Sarah Binns with the shot. Just comes short. Alberta does a great work with the rebounds again. Alberta figuring out the rebound game here. And Carmen's last name is Dursima. Thank you for the intel by my helpers here. Alberta going for give and go. Didn't go through, but that's okay. They get a penalty pass into the circle. And yes, Kevin, thank you to all the officials and also all the volunteers. The scorekeepers at the bench, the timekeepers at the bench, the reserve umpires, the umpires. Those who help make this event run smoothly. And of course, Netball Canada for all this organization, making the Nationals come back again after 4 years. And thank you to all the players. Without them, the tournament can't happen. And without you here on YouTube, without everyone behind me cheering, without everyone cheering from home. A tip by BC, but Monaghan manages to snatch it in. Can Alberta turn this into a shot? They get another penalty. Here's an opportunity going for the pass. Monaghan with the shot. Just around the rim again. Bounces a few times. Falls off. And that's what we call as unlucky. Yes, thank you, Kevin. This is my second time commentating. We used to live stream without any commentary. And that was back when we had 6-7 views on the live stream. Since I've stopped playing, I decided to come. I'm watching, I may as well do something. So I thought I'd commentate, give a little entertainment for those watching and also those behind me. So I absolutely love commentating. Give the viewers a better understanding of what's happening on court. And let you cheer for your family members and your friends as well. Sometimes it's hard with the quality on the live stream to see who's on court, so just want to help bring them to you and make sure they feel your support. Long shot by Monaghan, just a little bit short. BC with possession. Goal defense struggling a bit. Calls time. We're going to have a substitution happening here. So during injury time, the team has 30 seconds to get their player off court. They are allowed to make switches to the roster, not only for the injured player, but for other players as well. However, the other players are not allowed to leave the court. And just like that, time resumes. Ball thrown away by BC. Alberta with the throw-in. It can be a little flustering when we have injury time like that, so it's important to get back into the groove. Important to stay calm. Alberta almost with a 3-second call there on the throw-in, but manages to get a short pass into their player. Beautiful look to their goal shooter, right away into their goal attack. Can they get a point out of it? Just a little bit over. BC with the rebound. So we have Amanda Francis coming in at goal defense now. Alyssa Bin substituting out. BC with a very short shot. Alberta get the rebound. Alberta really taking advantage of this quarter. Great question, Nicole. I will send someone over to get the score for the Ontario versus Quebec game. Absolutely. Thank you for asking. So I just sent someone to get the score. We should get something in 30 seconds. The score in this gym right now is 60 for BC, 12 for Alberta. We have 5.5 minutes left in the final quarter of the game. Alberta with a beautiful steal. Again, goalkeeper really just figured it out this quarter. And it's very exciting to see. So I got the score. Give me 1 second. 36 to Ontario, 40 for Quebec. It is a tight game, Nicole. I will make sure to share the final score with you as soon as we can. I wish we could live stream both sides. I wish I could be on both sides watching. Unfortunately, the live stream is only set up in the gym number 1. But thankfully, most games will be in gym number 1. So you will be able to watch every single team play at some time today. But thank you again, Nicole, for the reminder. I'll do my best to update you on the scores happening in the other gym. If not, again, please throw it in the chat. Long ball by Alberta, thrown away. No one even tried to go after it, so we know the players are getting tired. We know the end is near. But it's not over. Goalkeeper is pushing hard from Alberta. Long shot by BC. Again, BC a little bit flustered right now, and Alberta really trying to take advantage of it. Excellent reach, avoiding footwork by the goal defense there. Monaghan with a shot over the big defense. Big defense reaching. Not a chance for her. She manages to count that. Brings the score up to 13 for Alberta. And still 60 for BC. Long ball into the circle. That's a good look by the shooter. Point for BC. Alberta with the center pass. And that's the Ontario men's team warming up, getting hyped up for their game happening next in this gym, so it will be live streamed. I love seeing the Alberta shooter come out of the circle when the help is needed. Even coming way out of the circle. Not often seen by goal shooters, but when it's needed, it's needed. And I think that really helped Alberta maintain possession and turn it into a score. So great work by Alberta this quarter. A little bit too close with the penalty. Oh, maybe a contact call. Steal by Carmen Dersima from BC. Just steps out of court, so Alberta gets that throw in. Looking deep into the defense for that pass. And like I said, Alberta's really using those last resort options when no one's open. And it's working. Around the rim and out for Alberta, so BC get the throw in. Looks like BC's getting their flow back. So Alberta center went offside there. BC gets the free pass in the circle. Shooter does a little bit of a give and go with a front cut. And a penalty shot. Again, netball is a non-contact sport. But if you've ever played or watched, you know there's still some contact, especially off-ball contact. And that's where we give praise to our umpires, because they have to see the ball and they have to see what's happening away from the ball as well. Good snatch by BC. They're gaining balance at the edge of the circle. Shooter goes far. Alberta gets the rebound there. Alberta with a penalty pass there. A little bit of contact outside the circle. Alberta looking deep for the ball. Using the defense for help. Working the ball around. Trying to wait for a moment where the shooters are open. But BC managed to steal it away. And just trying to slow things down here. You can see they're slowing down. Just trying to keep calm and look for that open player. 5 seconds left. Can they get a score out of this? 3, 2, 1. Oh, just short of the shot. And that is the end of the first game. Open women's BC versus Alberta. Final score 63 for BC. 14 for Alberta. Thank you to everyone watching. We have our next game coming up at 10:30 a.m. BC men versus Ontario men once again. I'm gonna get someone before we stop the live stream to get the score for the game that just happened in the other court, which is Quebec versus Ontario. So stick around before I switch the screen for the live stream. And again, 10:30, so that's in about not even 15 minutes to watch the men's. And if you've never seen men play netball, Today's the day. It is fun to watch. It is vertical. There's a lot of hopping. It is fast. And give me 1 second as I try to get the score. And unfortunately, in the other court, the game still has 2 minutes running. So what we're gonna do is post the score on Instagram story. Which account is it? Netball Canada's Instagram, Netball Canada's official Instagram story. And I will also post it in the chat at the next game for the men's game. So stick around. It's a different link to watch the men. So every game is a different YouTube link. So we're just gonna have to go back to the website or the Instagram to find that link. Click it and we'll get the live stream going for the next game. Hope to see you there. Thanks for coming around.